Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is Papa Joe Show, where Papa Joe knows. I am your host, Papa Joe. Thank you for being here. Good morning to you all. If you are watching live, do me a favor, smash the likes, say something in the chat, something like that. We have to have a conversation whenever we have these shows, so we have a good time, actually get to know each other, spend time and all that fun stuff with each other. So yeah. If you like the content, smash those likes. If you wouldn't mind, share this out in your socials. Do it now, and we'll get other people in here and have a conversation. Done that a few times for other people and had different friends in the conversation. It was actually really cool to get to know who, or for other people that I know to know the other people. Anyways, you know what I mean. Anyways, let's see what we are seeing here. So, yeah, it's been a good morning for me so far. And I got a lot of stuff taken care of so far today. It's been very productive. It's not always productive, unfortunately, but today was actually really good. So, good morning to you all. Thank you for being in here today. So, let's see. Yeah, today during the day I do a regular show, as you guys all know, obviously right now 12:30 Eastern. And then I also do a Patreon show at 4:30 Eastern in the afternoon, and that is where Papa Joe gets to talk about whatever he wants around different subjects whenever it comes to needing to be not have a filter. Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah. Anyways, it's been a good day. It's a nice long weekend. Good weekend. Hope you all had a great weekend. Hang on. Still dealing with the stupid cough from when I was sick before. It's annoying. I tell you what, it's crazy. Anyways, so we're having a fun day today, and I am wanting to talk about something very, very, very interesting. So, not sure how many of you follow Polygon, but I know a lot of you do, and I know a lot of people follow along with what they've done in the past and their history and all that fun stuff. Gotta have my coffee, guys and gals. Gotta have my coffee. Absolutely love it. So, let's do this. I'm gonna go run through the chat here and say good morning to those of you who are here. If you would like me to pop you up on screen, say good morning, say hello, whatever you want to say. Anyways, we got Tom. Good morning, sir. How are you doing today? Fantastic. Look at you. You bought some last night. It's $1.70. That's fantastic. He is referring to Matic, by the way. And he's up a good bit already on this morning. So that's beautiful, beautiful buy there, my friend. Let's see who else we got here. We got Bitcoin Management Jim. How you doing today? What's up? How you doing? Let's see. Bitcoin Bull. Good morning, Papa Joe. Congratulations. You have more views than I Corona Olympics, I guess, on NBC. You are very kind, my friend. Very kind. I forgot that was even going on. I didn't even realize. I forgot the Olympics were running right now. That's actually kind of funny. You got Kim. Good morning. How are you? It's good to see you. Jessica. Good morning. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Let's see who else we got here. We got Thomas. How are you doing, my friend? Good morning. Good morning. All right. Who else is in here? Bina, good morning. How are you? Good morning. Got my Polygon in Celsius earning 9.1%. Fantastic. So I was going to talk to you guys about part of Polygon here. You can actually stake Polygon in multiple places, like Bina there. There's a lot of different things, though, like you could do it inside of the actual Polygon ecosystem and actually earn a good bit more than the 9% there. So, if you want to know, Bina, even if it's just to come in and ask the question, I do have the Patreon. I'll let people talk, do the communication there. Pop in there, and I'll tell you where to go and what you need to do for that. Not financial advice, but here's the directions and education on how to do that. By the way, if you are, oh, cool. Okay, Bina, good morning. Thank you. Farmer Robin, thank you. I know who you are. Good morning. Thanks for popping in. So let's see here. I lost my train of thought. Yes, for Polygon, the features of Polygon is massive, but what's really, really cool is that you can actually build passive income with Polygon. A lot of people are just now starting to realize, oh, not only is this an amazing project, are they actually solving real world problems, but I can actually earn a residual income just by holding the asset. Now, there aren't very many assets. Well, they're growing more and more in number in the crypto space, asset wise, that you can do this with. But talking traditional markets, getting 4%, 3%, 2% is like really, really, really good. Like unheard of per year off of an annuity or something like that. Like it's unheard of. Okay, that's like unheard of. People who are looking into going into retirement and things like that, I start talk to them about multiple different things. One of the factors is they're like, I'm making 3% on my return. I'm doing great. It's a great retirement. Da da da. I'm like, you could be making like a minimum of like 12%, 15%, and like 20% and 80% on your returns there per year on some of these things. And then if you looked at doing liquidity pools and things like that, you could be making a lot more, like 5% per day, stuff like that. There's a lot of really cool stuff. But anyways, I digress. Let's talk about Polygon. Matic is the ticker, MATIC. And we are going to take a look at the charts here real quick. There was one other thing I felt like I needed to throw out there for you guys. Using a cup of coffee here. Nope, not remembering. It's gone. Oh well. If you can hear me, I just lost my screen. Hang on. Okay, that's not good. I tapped my. I think my cable's loose. Hang on. Let me make sure it's actually plugged in. Hey, look at that. It's a little loose. All right. Hopefully, I don't lose the monitor again. I think the stream and everything's still running. The computer's going. Okay. The monitor just went out. All right. Technical difficulties today. Great. You can hear me still? Perfect. Okay, cool. All right. Well, let's look at this. So over the past several days, Polygon was down to $1.50 or so, I think is where its low was recently. Somewhere in there, like $1.47, 48, whatever. And it's running back up to around the $2 range. Now, up from today, it looks like it's up. Can you guys, y'all can see that? Yeah. Which exchange is that? That is on FTX. This is on Binance. So let's go with FTX. So on FTX, it's taking a nice run this morning. Does anybody know why? We'll get into that in a second. It's very interesting. Why? Actually, this is massive as to why, for what it's worth, because they're building massive, amazing, beautiful things for the world of blockchain technology, and then on top of that, their ecosystem is absolutely perfect for this. Oh, okay. Cool. Crypto consciousness. I was watching on Facebook Live until just now. That's why I didn't see your messages pop. Oh, talking to her dad. Cool. Anyways, yes, you guys need to be, if you're watching live on all of the platforms it's streaming on, if you want to be part of the live chat that is on YouTube, right? So go over to the YouTube channel, pull up the YouTube. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Help me grow the channel. But there is a live chat conversation that takes place. It's absolutely wonderful. Wonderful conversations in there. It looks like we have father and daughter in there having a conversation too. Very, very cool. Love get the family in. Anyways, so we're looking at 94. It popped up almost $2. Let's see if I can't get it to rewind. Although it'd be easier. I was going to show you guys this. Let's go over here. We'll go to all-time high. All-time high was $2, and actually, there's more information down here somewhere for all-time high of $2.92. Okay, so it's 33% off of that, but from its all-time low, it's up 63,000%. So had you gotten in at the beginning of it, you would have increased your returns per dollar you put in of 63,000, more than 63,000% at current prices. Okay. Now, what's really, really nice is they have a maximum supply of, let's see, 10 billion. That's billion? Yeah, that's billion. And they have 7.4 billion circulating. So for what it's worth, as far as its staking returns are concerned, there is a ratio between the two. So you have circulating supply versus amount staked. The amount staked fluctuates around 30%, or so. It goes up and down from there, right? But even if, and that's paying at 12%, 12, 13%. So even if you had a 50% stake, which you probably never would because people actually use this in an ecosystem, you'd still be getting like 8%, 10% on what you have. Now, don't quote me on those numbers, but just think about that from a long-term residual income type of an environment, right? Something to consider. Again, as I say on my shows, this is not financial advice. This is not tax advice, legal advice. This is for your education and or entertainment. Hopefully, I'm entertaining. Yep. Anyways, you guys are all fantastic. Absolutely love it. So, something to consider with this particular project is that we are heading into some very interesting times with it. Now, it's jumped back up tremendously over the past several hours. And the reason it has is because Polygon lands a $450 million influx of basically capital seed round. They did a seed round with Sequoia Capital bets in Web3. Now, Web3 is only part of one of the things that Polygon does. They also have an NFT platform, which I guess kind of goes into Web3, but they're also enabling different types of scalability, throughput, stuff like that for the anything that's ERC20 tokens, so the high throughput related stuff around that. Now, what's really, really, really neat about this is that Polygon will take 100 million of that 450 million to its ecosystem, will fund and save the remainder as a buffer money. Okay, so they're going to take this. They're going to take this and literally take just 100 million, and they're going to use it, but they're going to take the rest of it and have it basically in savings, if you will. So that way, as new projects come along, they have the dry powder to take care of it. Polygon has raised $450 million in an investment round led by Sequoia Capital India. Polygon says it will use the capital for its ecosystem to fund and pay its team. That is huge. When you have big name, big type of investors who look into any kind of business, one of the factors most major investors look at, what are you paying your team, right? They're investing in a racehorse, basically. They want to make sure that racehorse is fed. If they're not feeding that racehorse, how long is that horse going to actually run you? So they very, very key factor when major investors like major money like this come into play. They want to know what the team's getting taken care of. Are they actually paying their employees? Are their employees happy? Because those are the people who are making this as great as it is. Those are the people who are making this do what it does, right? Which is massively important. Anyways, Polygon's native token Matic has surged 17% following the announcement. So that's definitely an understatement. Well, it's down a little bit now because people are definitely going to take a little bit of a profit as it runs up. You're going to see it jump and pull and jump and pull and jump and pull. Very, very cool stuff right here. So one of the things I want to talk about here really quick, venture capital firms are taking notice of Polygon. And the reason that you guys know that Polygon before being Matic was initially funded by a venture capital. Do you guys know who it was? Coinbase. This was the first project that I found that came across my radar that went the venture capital route instead of the ICO route or whatever you want to call that. They went and actually got funding from an actual firm, which means there are certain stipulations and certain milestones they have to meet. Otherwise, the company funding them would own their company, right? So it's a traditional style of tech build, tech business type stuff. And that's what's really, really, really cool about this project is that venture capital firms are taking notice of Polygon. They've been taking notice of Polygon since its inception, which is very, very, very cool stuff. So the Ethereum scaling solution, they're calling it the Ethereum scaling solution because that was their initial goal. I think that they may end up taking Ethereum market share because they have a layer 1 and they have the layer 2. And they're layer 2 for Ethereum and Ethereum's layer 1. A little bit of a mouthful there, but it's like I've mentioned before in here, from a technical perspective, you got layer one is like having a laptop without an operating system. Layer two is the operating system, and layer three is like your applications that ride on top of the operating system. So like Microsoft Word, Chrome, Brave, whatever, right? Your applications you use inside the operating system. Think about it like that. So your processing layer is your layer one. Matic has a layer one, so does Ethereum, but Ethereum doesn't have a layer two. Matic does. Matic also has enough of a layer two to support Ethereum. Just to put it into perspective, I think they could do that. That's just my opinion. Do your own research. Let's see what happens, though, right? Anyways, the Ethereum scaling solution announced it had closed a $450 million funding round on Monday. Sequoia Capital India led the round, while other participants included SoftBank, Galaxy Digital, Tiger Global, Alameda, I can't say that, Alameda Research, uh, Animoca Brands, okay, Spartan Fund, Dragonfly Capital, Variant Fund, and guess who in a particular individual? Kevin O'Leary. Kevin O'Leary bought into Matic. Now, the reason that is interesting to me, these are all funds, right? These are all funds, right? That is an individual investor. I don't know how much percentage-wise he funded the actual project. I don't think anyone's going to unless you actually read the actual release documents. Even still, sometimes I think they can elect to not show percentage ownership, stuff like that. But he'll have to report that kind of stuff for what he does anyways, just to put something into perspective, that's a big deal, having that type of funding coming in to something like this. So it's very, very interesting about Sequoia Capital. Just a little bit of background on Sequoia Capital. Founded in 1972, Sequoia Capital is one of Silicon Valley's oldest and most renowned venture capital firms, managing over $80 billion in assets. I wonder who else they own. That would be interesting. I didn't have time to dig into that before, but it would be very, very cool to see that. So Polygon has been building its business. It's building its book of business. They've been building out what their partnerships are and things like that. That is actually very, 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 very interesting to me. Let's see. So, let's see. There was another thing here. The platform of choice to build on the blockchain today is Polygon. So this is what I was trying to tell you all. Before, the platform of choice to build blockchain was Ethereum. And now there's all these people, all these investors, all these venture capital funds are coming out and they're saying these kind of stuff about Polygon. Thousands of developers across the range of applications are choosing Polygon and their complete set of scaling solutions for the Ethereum ecosystem. Very interesting. This is an ambitious and aggressive team. One that values innovation at its core. Sequoia Capital India is thrilled to lead the significant financial round. So it's very, very cool down here. Polygon has also been expanding its portfolio of Ethereum scaling technologies over the last year. In December, it acquired Mir, a startup that develops zero-knowledge, proof-based scaling solutions. I actually don't know what zero-knowledge, proof-based, I don't know what that is. I'm going to go look at that after this. For $400 million. So they actually bought that for $400 million. That's actually pretty good for a startup. Those guys did really well. Anyways, it's also acquired an EVM-capable ZK rollup protocol, Hermes, for $200 million last year. Those of you who don't understand, EVM is a type of, if you're any at all in the technology field, it's like a VM on a blockchain. I'll put it that way. It's a vehicle for allowing the smart contracts and the applications to run very much like a computer would run it. on a decentralized platform. It's very, very, very cool stuff. Very, very cool stuff. So, absolutely amazing things that this project is doing. There are thousands of projects doing amazing stuff, and this particular project has real legs on it. It's already jumped massively, and this is really, really good news as far as its price is concerned. It's fantastic. Again, not financial advice, but understand that this has certain areas that if as soon as it hits, it's going to really, really run just like other projects do. It's going to be a very, very, very big deal. Um, and I'm not talking just from a monetary perspective. Like they are actually working on building the technology, the internet type stuff of tomorrow. They're doing it like no one else is doing, and they're providing real solutions and bringing it to market. Now they're really, really married to the Ethereum ecosystem, and that's fine. But it's also allows that cross chain type stuff. So like if there's an Ethereum application that needs to run on something else, it could run on Polygon effectively if it was done appropriately. It could go vice versa. I don't know if they've got that set up right now, but that is something that they could effectively build. It just depends. Anyways, I wanted to also I brought two articles up talking about this, but even mainstream media is picking this up, which is actually pretty significant. Something to kind of pay attention to. Mainstream media is picking it up. Sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes it's not. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So because they explain what is Web3, like, okay, do they really explain it? Like, big name investors, they actually bring up different people there, right? I don't know. It's also interesting. Yeah. Oh, I forgot about this part. The YouTube executive Ryan Wyatt has, as head of its gaming studio, just left YouTube to go work for Polygon. That's interesting news too. Very, 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 very interesting. I'm really think you should follow along with this one. Just saying, not financial advice, not tax advice, not legal advice, but you should really take a definite dig into this one. Oh, hang on. The screen's not loading. I'm trying to. It's not loading. Any day now. Any day now. Let's go. All right. There, my mouse started working. And my mouse went down. Anyways, kind of shift gears for a second here. Bitcoin will hit $200,000 the second half of 2022, predicts FS Insights. To shift gears, sometimes I like to do that, right? So we have a little, kind of a little well-rounded, if you will, today. Cryptocurrencies have especially blah, blah, blah. Cryptocurrencies have an especially volatile past month, but influential market analysis company has predicted a gigantic gains in the coming months. Yes, it is very possible that it'll hit $200,000, which is a 402% increase. It's not really unheard of for cryptocurrency to do that. It's just not. Yep. Anyways, there's a lot of really crazy stuff happening, and I wanted to bring it up, and maybe this is something actually we talk about on my Patreon today. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to talk about there, but I have to find the video. I have to download the video because sharing it online doesn't really work. But basically, a former BlackRock executive talking about how we're in an everything bubble. We're at the top, and they're trying to prop up the regular markets. And they're trying to get the FOMO started and get as many people as they possibly can in right before it goes out. I've been saying this for a while. My wife and I have been looking for for a home, stuff like that. And part of the reason it's been very difficult is because one, it's hard to get one. Two, the prices are inflated intensely, and especially in this area. And three, it's all about to come crashing down, and we know it. It's hard to say. It wouldn't be a good steward of what God's given us, right? Just hard to justify that kind of stuff. Bitcoin, I think, will hit $200,000. When it does, though, I think we need to be mindful of this little guy right there. Do you want dollars for your Bitcoin? Do you want dollars for your crypto? Are you going to want property for your crypto? Are you going to want gold, silver for your crypto, right? Just be mindful of that. Actually, I was going to talk about this instead. I had it in the wrong order there. But anyways, so I bring Bitcoin up because it's probably going to be denominated in this. The Fed designs a digital dollar that handles 1.7 million transactions per second. Woohoo! They're trying to get you guys and gals, or really the normies. Everyone in this chat is absolutely smart and brilliant people. Not that anyone isn't. What I'm trying to say is that people have been lied to. People have a view of things that is not the way it is. And when you understand and look under the covers and see, it needs to be different. And when you have that 1.7 million transactions is one of those carrots that they're trying to dangle in front of you to go after and be wanting to use this thing, it's not going to work because it's still fiat currency. It's still fiat currency. It's just digital. It's going to be very, 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 very crazy. It's going to fail. I actually think Cliff's right. Because we look at this, everyone's moving to Bitcoin and other cryptos because the fiat system has failed because they have screwed it up so daggone much. It won't work. Sorry about that. Definitely need my coffee every day. It's important. As the race against China's development of its CBDC, known as the digital yuan, continues, the Federal Reserve accomplished a feat in testing a design for the U.S. digital dollar that, in one of two tests, managed to handle 1.7 million transactions per second. So what? Legitimately. So what? Bitcoin with the Lightning Network does that. You got Litecoin that does that. You got other ones, cryptocurrencies that do that are outside of the control of the Federal Reserve. We don't need the Federal Reserve anymore. We don't need banks anymore. You are your bank now. They're obsolete. And I don't think, and they're trying their hardest to remain relevant. No. Nope. Oh, it's going to be very, very, very crazy interesting to see what's happening. Last but absolutely not least, Venezuelans reportedly hit with a new Bitcoin tax of 20%, and India said they're going to do 30%. Bitcoin adoption has been on the rise in Venezuela. I wonder why. In recent years, amid hyperinflation in the national currency crisis, Turkey's about to do this too. Every country is about to do this because the dollar is about to fail, and the dollar, being the world reserve currency, is about to completely destroy all these smaller economies. The Venezuelan government has approved a new tax bill aimed to collect up to 20% taxes on cryptocurrency transactions, according to local reports. I would love to absolutely know how they're going to accomplish taking 20% of every single transaction. They can't go in and code the Bitcoin and change it to do that. It doesn't work that way. They can't do that. So they're going to tell you the people to go and pay their taxes. The reason I'm bringing this up is because they're going to try to do this around the world. Hey, you need to pay the taxes on this because I said so. Did you issue the currency? No, they didn't. Can they control the currency or the supply of that currency? No, they can't. Can they ban it from their country to tell you can or can't use it? They can try, but it won't work because people will still use it anyways. So they are going to shortly realize, as China did already, we can't beat it. So we're going to create our own and require everyone to use that, except no one will, because if they would why use something that someone tells you to use when they can control it and tax you on it, when you could use something that they can't control, they can't technically tax you on? What? I mean, really? It's not difficult to figure this out, people. They've already figured that out. The normies, the people, everyone needs to understand that this is the direction we're going. It's not a bad thing. I personally think this is a great thing. I'm, like I say on my show here, this isn't tax advice, it's not legal advice, and not financial advice. But hopefully the seeds are planted for you guys to do your research and figure it out, see what's going on and whatnot like that. Anyways, today has been a fun day so far. I absolutely enjoyed this show, primarily because of what's happening in the world of Polygon. And you guys and gals need to be ready for that one. Last thing I'll talk about here is if you want to know more information on in-depth type stuff, check out Crypto Confidential. It's linked in the description of the channel. It's also scrolling about the bottom of the screen here. Helps the channel out. If you guys want to go and subscribe, a lot of you already are. It's absolutely beautiful that you are. It's fantastic, as you can probably attest. There is really good information in there that's really difficult to get otherwise. Definitely worth the investment. And it's a lot of fun, to say the least. Anyways, I need to get ready for a meeting here in a few minutes. If you guys would not mind, if you like the content, smash those likes. Share this out on your socials and get your friends and family to come in and subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys at 4:30 this afternoon, as long as all goes according to plan, for the Patreon show. That is $5 a month. It's also scrolling along the bottom of the screen, and it is in the description of the channel. I love doing this stuff. That time is where I get to talk about stuff in general when it comes to being not having to be concerned about what I am saying exactly. Anyways, you guys have a wonderful and blessed day, and I will see you all this afternoon. Bye-bye.